These are days and nights of venom and blood. Heroes will rise as the anchors fall.
What is up, YouTube? Dottz Gaming here, and today I am bringing you guys my Elder Scrolls Online add-on guide. I figured that the first video I'd make for ESO, besides the beginner guide, would be on a question that I get asked all the time in the comments on that beginner guide is, what add-ons do I use? Since making that guide, I have changed the add-ons that I use slightly, but not too much. My goal with my UI was to basically keep it simplistic, show everything that I need to know, because it was a big adjustment from coming from WoW. But like I said, I wanted to keep it simple and streamlined. So these are my top 10 add-ons to have for the Elder Scrolls Online. The first three kind of go hand in hand, and in any add-on video or guide that you find on the internet, you're going to see them. And that is Destinations, Lore Books, and Sky Shards. Basically, what these three add-ons do is on your map, they will put icons to all the different stuff in Elder Scrolls Online. So Sky Shards will obviously put icons on your map that show you where the different Sky Shards are. Lore Books will obviously show you where the lore books are for the Mages Guild. A lot of times when you're trying to level that lineup, you're just looking for books all over the place, but this add-on will show you precisely where they are. And then Destinations shows you places of interest that you could go and find. For example, these are all the quests I can go find. These are some undiscovered locations that I have. But you can pretty much set and customize destinations as much as you want. You could show icons all over the place for every little thing. You could have it only show a couple more things than the default. It's really up to you, and it's up to you to customize. Sky Shards and Lore Books are basically, you just have to install the add-on with Minion, and it's good to go. There's really no configuration involved. The second add-on is Minimap. Coming to the game, I was very surprised that there was no Minimap native to the game, so I searched for an add-on first thing, and it's simply called Minimap. And if you see here, there's all these different customizations, but you don't really need to go too crazy. I pretty much just used the default settings, and I moved it down here next to my health, magic, and stamina. And like I said, you don't really have to do too much with it, which is nice. You can just install the add-on, and boom, it works. Add-on number 5 is Foundry Tactical Combat. Even though Elder Scrolls Online now has combat text in the game, I still did not feel like I got enough information. Coming from World of Warcraft, I'm used to seeing a lot of stuff. My buffs, my debuffs, my incoming damage, my outgoing damage. And while the new combat text did show the damages, I didn't get to see what buffs I had. So for certain builds, later down the line when I'm eventually PvPing, I'm going to want to maintain certain buffs on my character, to optimize how much damage I deal, or if you're a healer or a tank, you might need to keep certain buffs up to optimize your playstyle, but it's not native to the program, so I got that covered by an add-on. Basically, FTC, if I unlock the different positions, you can see all the different stuff that will be shown. Combat alerts, such as when your ultimate is ready, which is a huge, helpful one that I really like. When you enter or leave combat, you can see your target's buffs and debuffs. It adds much better party frames into the game. The party frames are so much better, and I get a lot of questions about those on stream. It shows your incoming damage, your outgoing damage, your buffs and your debuffs, and then there is a player and target unit frame. I don't use them because I do like the default, like the cluster of 3 bars I have at the bottom. I'll tell you about that add-on in a second. But I like the look of that in this game as opposed to just the unit frames. I feel like when you switch targets a lot, seeing that big unit frame on the right constantly change does get a little annoying for me, so I like just having the bar at the top. But I did move my buffs and debuffs up there so that I'd be able to see, who based on who I'm targeting, what buffs and debuffs they have on them. And also, it comes with a damage meter, so that after a fight, that was this little thing right here. If you bind the key in your add-on keybinds, you can make it so that you have a damage and healing report, so that you can look at your DPS what abilities did what, and just a breakdown of the skills. There is, to my knowledge, no add-on like recount from WoW where you can basically see everybody's damage. I don't think the interface has access to your team's damage, so you can't say, oh, I was number 1 DPS or I was number 2 DPS. Unfortunately, that's not in yet. I don't know if they ever will, but you can at least track your own to see how your own personal rotation is going. Number 6 is Price Tracker Updated. I found it very annoying, especially as a new player, trying to post stuff on my guild trader. I was like, I have literally no idea how much this shit costs. I had absolutely no clue. And I couldn't really find a price tracker add-on that would just simply tell me how much stuff is worth and what to post it for. Like I couldn't WoW, there was a very easy add-on for that called Auctionator, so I set out to find one. And this, of all the ones I looked at, was the best one I found. It's called, I believe the official name of the add-on is Price Tracker Updated, which ironically is out of date, so it's not entirely updated, but it is what I'm currently using. So if you go into my bags, and let's look at my Cloudy Damage Health Poison number 2, you can see it gives you a suggested price for the stack, and then based off of the 2 guilds, like whatever guild you're in, so I have 2, it just saw it, I guess, in the 1 guild, so it took up both spots. It'll show you a breakdown by suggested unit price and suggested stack price. But if you had 2 guilds, it would tell you which guild you would sell it for the least and the most. So that's what it looks like on your ability tooltip. Moving out of Price Tracker, we're going to go to arguably my favorite add-on that I have downloaded. And without it, I don't know how I would play. I actually do not know how I'd play this game. And it is called Research Assistant. Basically, what this add-on does is it shows indicators on the items in your bags, whether or not you need to research the trait or you have it known already. A gray icon will appear on the items whose traits you already have researched. An orange icon will appear on the items whose traits you need. And a yellow icon will appear on, let's say we're going to talk about Divines, because it'll be easier with an example. We're going to talk about Divines. And say I have a level 1 item with Divines and a level 50 item with Divines. It will show the orange icon on the level 1 item and a yellow icon on the level 50 item so that you know that this is a duplicate trait of one that you already have in your possession, but it puts it on the higher level item so that you can successfully decon the higher level item and reap the higher level stuff that comes out of deconstructing the item itself. So that you can just save the lower level item for the actual research when it gets destroyed. Moving out of Research Assistant, which is add-on number 7, and moving into number 8, that would be the Wicked Enhanced HUD. Basically, I use this for the 3 bars. I like them really, really grouped together to have them always shown and have them centered. And you can display special text on top of them if you want to. I just use the default text in ESO settings. But the main reason I use this is because I did not like how the bars were all spread out along the bottom. I like the way they look grouped above my abilities. I think that looks a lot cleaner and much better. So that is the main reason why I downloaded this add-on. Moving into number 9, we have Wicked Outfitter. Basically what Wicked Outfitter does is it allows you to save your armor and your ability bars into different sets so that you don't constantly need to remember and rearrange your bars or your gear every single time you go into a different game mode. Let's say you have a different set for PvP and a different set for PvE. For example, as you see, I have my armor on here, and it gives me the option to save to this set. I could equip this set. I could just delete it, go naked, or put dress up on. But basically, the main reason you use this is to save your item set to whatever you want to call it. So right now I have it listed as PvP because that's the first item set I'm going to go for. But once I eventually get a PvP item set, I'm going to make a second category here, save that to PvE so that I can freely switch between my 2 sets of gear without having to equip each one. But this comes in handy much more for your ability bars so that you're able to save both sets of ability bars to a different profile, whether it be PvP profile or PvE profile. You don't have to remember and rearrange your bars every time. You can just load it up and it will appear on your bars just as you saved it. Now, my final add-on in the series for my 10 most helpful ones is the Wicked Toolbar. which is the toolbar you see at the top. I'm not going to go through every setting because there is a lot of them, but you can basically customize this bar to show just about anything you want. I had it, for me, show the most important stuff. Time, my frames per second, my ping, where I am, my level, my experience bar, with like the numerical values next to it, my alliance points, my weapon charges, and then all of my research so that I can keep track of my research timers while I'm playing my game. That's pretty much it, guys. That covers all the add-ons I currently use. I have had some people ask me, why don't you use the Wicked framework, because it has a whole bunch more stuff. I didn't need the whole framework. I just needed a couple pieces of it, so I pick and chose the pieces that I need. But if you feel like you need some more stuff, I would recommend checking out Wicked's framework, because it has all 3 of those add-ons and some more stuff inside of one package. But like I said, I only needed a couple of them. So I hope that helped you guys out. Please leave a like on this video and leave a comment below. In terms of future videos related to ESO, I have had some people ask me what I do plan to do, because I have come up with a plan. Besides this video, I am going to make a series called What I Learn as I Level. I figure the best way to kind of come out after that beginner guide is, as I level up, what things do I learn? What tips do I have for you guys as I go through my first playthrough? Because you might be going through your first playthrough, and although you watch that beginner guide of mine, you still might be unsure of a couple things. You don't want to make any mistakes on your character, because trust me, I know. This game takes a long time to grind to 50, and you don't want to make any mistakes. So I will tell you guys things that I've picked up and things that I've learned as I've gone on through the game. I'm also going to go around crafting, make a video on crafting for the first time around. Your first character, what should you worry about with crafting when you're leveling up? How should you approach that very vast topic in this game? I'm also going to go around builds, such as gear and ability bars. That's going to come a little bit later, because I still need to level up more and unlock a lot more skills before I make any build videos. And then the last thing is gold making. I'm going to try to make a gold making guide for as you level. That is still something I'm trying to figure out myself. I think I've kind of worked on something and I figured a little something out, but I want to polish it and fine tune it before I ever release a video on it. But those are the rough ideas of the topics I'm going to release in terms of videos. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time.